They're the most successful club in European history, but back in the day, they had to build from the ground up. From embarrassing defeats to the biggest saga of the early 2000s.
Roberto Carlos Villatovic. It's still Raul for three.
This is the entire history of Real Madrid. And at the beginning, Madrid wasn't even a football team. They were an academic institution. Real Madrid go back. I mean, way back. They were originally found in 1897, when football was introduced to Madrid by some members of the academic students and staff of the Free Institution of Education. These guys ended up creating the Sociedad Sky football team in the same year. But by 1900, a fight broke out between some members of the team. It made a faction, and the new guys decided to name their team the Nueva Sociedad de Fútbol. By October 1901, the Nueva Sociedad de Fútbol team was now being seen as the Real Madrid we know today. Between 1901 to 1902, they played at the Moncloa, then the El Solar de Estrada, and then the Tiro de Pichon. The stadium changes continued, but by now, the news members had pressing issues to deal with. They needed a new name for their team. On the 6th of March 1902, the Padres brothers, leaders of the faction that the new Madrid broke out from, proposed the name Madrid Football Club, picked the team's official kit color to be white, and along with 28 other socios, Madrid Football Club was officially formed. 3 years later, in 1905, Madrid Football Club won its first trophy. They beat Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish Cup final, the start of something special. By 1909, Madrid had signed the foundation agreements of the Spanish FA, and what this meant was they were now a member team of the Spanish Football Association. Notice how to this point I've been referring to them as the Madrid Football Club. There's a reason for that. See, at this time, the official name of the team was Madrid Football Club, the initial name they'd gotten from the founding year of 1901. By 1920, it all changed, thanks to this guy, King Alfonso XIII. Now, what did he have to do with this? Well, it was in 1920 that he granted the title of Royal to Madrid. Translate this, and that's how the name the world is very familiar with came into existence. Real Madrid Football Club. Right, so they've got the name and kits all sorted now. It's down to the football. In 1929, the first Spanish football league started, and honestly, Real Madrid should have won it. They led the league up until the final day, but in the final game of the season, they lost to Athletic Bilbao. And this, in reality, kicked off a rivalry that would become eternal. Barcelona won the league instead. And it wasn't until the 1931-32 season, Madrid finally became league champions. Once they finally got a taste of what Spanish league success was, they didn't stop. The following campaign, they became the first team to win the league back-to-back. The next 2 years, though, they were runners-up again, and they had been itching to regain their status as La Liga champions. But over the course of the next 2 seasons, the Spanish Civil War happened, meaning no league football was played in Spain for the period the war was going on. And by the time the Civil War had ended and club football was back, the next significant piece of Madrid's history was the El Clásico of 1943, a scoreline that remains staggering in football history.
Real Madrid, el pase en profundidad para Emilio Butragueño y el gol de Michel.
They beat Barcelona 11-1. A new dawn was at the club, the start of an era with a name that would become synonymous in Madrid's history. In that year, Santiago Bernabeu became president of the club, and under him, Madrid as an enterprise expanded. He rebuilt the club after the Civil War, and it was under him the club's youth academy was created. But perhaps the most significant achievement under Bernabeu was this: the creation of Madrid's legendary home, the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. By the time 1953 rolled around, Madrid had become so big, they started a policy they'd resume years later, and that was signing the best players in the world to play for the team. Names like Alfredo Di Stefano, Ferenc Puskás, and Santillana, all these guys became associated with the white kit of Madrid, and the club flourished. During Bernabeu's 35-year spell as Madrid president, they won 6 European Cups, the first in the 1956-57 season.
Y ahora vamos por el cuarto y último del tanteo español, cuya perfecta ejecución corresponde al gran Héctor Rial. El Madrid está ya aupado en el primer campeonato europeo de fútbol.
16 league titles at this point didn't just make them the most decorated team in Spain, but one of the biggest in the world. 6 Spanish Cups too. But by 1978, Bernabeu unfortunately died. New president Luis de Carlos emerged as president. But that didn't stop the club from winning. By 1980, Madrid was once again in the history books. France Football magazine had named them as the best European team of the year. The 1982 World Cup finals held in Spain saw the final match played at the Bernabeu. On the field though, things were different. Club legend Alfredo Di Stefano had returned as head coach of Real, but the failure to achieve any real sporting success meant he was sacked and told to leave. Madrid still managed to win their first 2 UEFA Cup titles against Videoton and Con. The 1980s on a whole was a truly great period for Madrid. They won 2 UEFA Cups and 5 La Liga titles in a row. But on the European scene, Madrid needed more. At this point, AC Milan had now become the dominant force in European football. And it was so crazy that even when Madrid appointed Fabio Capello as manager in 1994, Capello left after 1 year, and the search for European glory was on. It sounds strange to even think about it, but if Real Madrid as a football club had gone 22 years without winning the Champions League in its old format, the European Cup,
that Real Madrid have been waiting for. Mijatovic makes it 1-0.
They managed to win it in 1998, beating Juventus in the final. But the managerial chance at the club by the end of the year highlighted the instabilities going on in Madrid. Despite the success of the club on the European stage, they won the Champions League again in 2000. They'd gone through 8 different managers in 4 years. That's at least 2 managers every year.